Hello geometry class, this is Martin here again with our third and final video for the week. We are still working with transversals, as you can see behind me, but I wanted to remind you that my office hours, if you guys want to join me virtually, are Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12. We will also be offering soon enough, I don't know whether it's this Friday or next Friday, some opportunities to meet with our behavior specialists and our social workers, incongruent with one another. So together they're going to be there. So you guys can join in the meeting. Check out your emails for the information on that stuff. Check out the virtual calendar, the learning calendar. But let's get to work. Let's see what we're doing now. Also, please reach out if you need anything. Let me know. If you're having trouble viewing this, if you're having trouble doing any of this stuff, I want to know so I can support you through this time. Make sure you're all getting the same learning experience. So let's take a look at the board. We have, building off what we did earlier, we talked about the transversal crossing two parallel lines and how it creates 8 angles, and how those eight angles are set up and what their kind of relationships to one another are over here. So we have same side interior angles and same side exterior angles are always supplementary, and same side interior angles are angles on the same side of the transversal inside the figure. So over here, these two are an angle pairing, these two are an angle pairing. Same side exterior, here and here is an angle pairing, here and here's an angle pairing. Again, on the same side of the transversal, but those were on the exterior of the figure. Now, alternate interior. We're inside the figure again, so here and here on opposite sides of the transversal. All right, transversal, opposite sides. There we go. And then there's another right here. And then corresponding angles are angles that if I were to cut this off and place it on top of those, that they would be right on top of one another. So this angle correspond, this angle correspond, here and here, here and here. And of course, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, corresponding angles are always congruent. So we use the equal sign with a little squiggly over it to show congruency. And then supplementary just means they add to 180 degrees, okay? So put a little box around that. We'll remember that because we'll need to utilize that as we try to find missing angles. So now we take a look at the problem I have over here, the one I set up. I am given you 40 degrees up in this upper left-hand corner. And then it's asked you to find 1 and 2, angle 1 and angle 2. So let's start with angle 1. I take angle 1 and I look at the 40 degrees and I say, okay, what side of the transversal are they on? Are they on opposite sides or are they on the same sides? They're on the same side. Awesome. So now I say, are they on the outside or inside? They're outside, so they're exterior. Same side exterior angles are supplementary. Okay, so let's set something up to figure that out. All right, so I have 180 degrees is my total for how much, for how many degrees they have to add up to be supplementary. And then I have 40 degrees of it already. So I'm just gonna subtract that 40 from 180, and I'm gonna get 140. So I know, that's 140. I know that angle 1 is equal to 140 degrees, okay? So we'll circle that. And now we'll take a look at angle 2 over here. I have the 40 here. I have angle 2 here. I say, are they on the same side or opposite sides of the transversal? Here, one's on the left, one's on the right. That means they're on alternate sides. So, and then I'd say, are they interior or exterior? They're on the outside, so they're exterior. So we're looking at alternate exterior. And as you can see, they're always congruent. So I can tell you that angle 2 is equal to 40 degrees because they are alternate exterior angles, and those two angles are congruent. All right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. We could go through, find all the angles in this whole figure pretty easily just using what we know about this. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to move on and we're going to put some algebra to the geometry that we're doing now. So I'm going to solve for x. So give me a second while I just get rid of some of this stuff. I'm going to keep this over here so we can refer back to it. That's kind of helpful to look at. I'm just going to get rid of these numbers that are in the inside. Okay, so my first problem I have, use this angle here as, and that's 5x plus 10. And this angle over here, which is 3x plus 30. So this one here, that one here. I want to figure out, first thing I want to do, and then I'm just going to put down here, solve for x. So I'm not given a degree amount here, but what I do know is this stuff over here. And I can take a look at this and use that to set up an equation. So I'd say, are these two angles are on the same side or are they on opposite sides of that transversal? Cuts it in half. They're on opposite sides. One's on the left, one's on the right. So we have alternate angles. Are they inside or outside? They're inside, they're on the inside. So they're alternate interior angles. And what do we know about alternate interior angles? That they're congruent. So I know that this angle and this angle is equal to that angle. So let's just set it up with an equal sign in between those two expressions. 5x plus 10 is equal to 3x plus 30. And go. This is awesome because now I just have an algebraic equation. I know you all know how to solve algebraic equations for me. I want to get my x's to one side and then my constants to the other side. So I'm going to get rid of the 3x, get rid of that 3x and bring it over here, minus 3x, because what I do to one side of the equation, I want to do the other side. So 5x minus 3x is just going to give me 2x, bring the 10 down, plus 10 is equal to 30. All right, bring that 30 down. So now I want to get rid of the 10 because I want that x all by itself. Minus 10, minus 10. That cancels. I'm left with 2x is equal to 20. Easy enough. Finish it off. 2 is being multiplied by x. I want to get x all alone, so I have to divide by 2. Divided by 2, x is equal to 10. And that's my answer. Okay, I don't have to worry about figuring out the angle, how much the angle is, how many degrees. They just asked me to solve for x. So I stop right there. My x is equal to 10. All right. Leave it up for a second, take a look. If you have questions, shoot me an email, comment on it, let me know. If you catch a mistake, let me know too, so I can fix it, take it down, put up a new video somewhere. But now let's move on. Let's do one last problem. It's going to be a little different than this one. Let's take a look at what it looks like. We're still going to solve for x. We're going to keep that up there. To solve for x, I'm just going to get rid of these equations and put some different ones up. So we're going to utilize this angle here. This angle is going to be 9x plus 11. And then I'm going to utilize this angle down here, which is going to be 5x plus 15. All right. So, and as we saw before, it's solve for x. Before I get too into it, trying to set up anything, I want to look at what the problem is, okay? And the problem is I'm using these two sides, or these two angles, and I don't know how to set it up. Do I set it equal to 180? Do I set them equal to each other? So I'm going to come on over here and look at this and say, okay, are my two angles, are they on the same side or opposite sides of the transversal? They're on the same side. They're both on that left side. And are they on the inside and the outside? They're on the outside. So we're looking at same side exterior angles, okay? So what do we know about same side exterior angles? They add up to 180 degrees. All right, so that tells me that this angle plus this angle equals your 180 degrees. So let's set it up. 9x plus 11 plus this angle down here, 5x plus 15 equals 180. All right, easy. Algebraic equation now. Got to follow my steps, combine my like terms, then isolate the term with the variable in it, and then isolate the variable completely. So let's see what I have for like terms. So I have 9x and 5x, which when I combine those, when I add those, it gives me 14x. Don't forget that x, got to keep that x in there. And then I have 11 and 15. All of it's adding, so I just add those together, combine those, and I have 26. So, plus 26 equals 180. Bring down the 180 degree sign. Okay, now I just use algebra to solve it. I gotta get my term all alone, subtract my 26, divide by 14. So one step at a time, we get rid of the 26 because we want the 14x there. Minus 26, minus 26. That cancels. That gives me 154 equals, going to bring down my 14x. So now I have 14x divided by 154. 154 divided by 14, because I'm going to get rid of the 14. And I have x is equal to 11. Right. And that's my answer. For this one, instead of setting them equal to each other, the angles were supplementary, so I set it equal to 180. All right. So if you're working with supplementary angles, you set the equation equal to 180. If you're working with congruent angles, you set the two angles equal to each other. That'll do it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my videos. I hope you enjoyed getting in to see me rather than just emailing back and forth, because I know it's a tough time for everyone right now. But if you do have any questions at all, whether it's math related or anything else related, I'd love to hear about it. Love to hear for whatever you need right now. Other than that, have a great weekend. I hope the packet work is all right. Please, if you need help with that also, let me know. All right, thank you. Oh.